Hey guys, so in this lesson we're gonna learn 5 chords, but these are 5 special chords because they are 5 chords that you don't know that you like, okay? And you do like them because you've heard them on my videos, you've heard them on your favorite songs, but they're just not so common that you find them every day, okay? So today we're gonna learn them, we're gonna understand them, but equally, you can look at these 5 chords as 5 chords that you don't really need. I'm quite clear about that. If you are a beginner guitarist and you're just learning how to play guitar, you don't need them. If you are just starting out learning 7th chords because you want to play cool R&B progressions with 7 chords, you don't need them, okay? But if you're curious to find out what these chords are, stay with me, I'll show you these 5 chords and I will explain them to you. But please let me know in the comments if you already knew some of them, if you like them, if you already use them. Okay, so let's get started with the first one that I would like to show you, which is a C over F. It's this chord here, okay? Now, the logic of these chords is that when you hear them, you feel something. They are not bland. So this one, when I said the name C over F, some of you that already know some music theory, especially about chord inversions and stuff, may think, well, that's just a chord inversion. Well, not really. Because when you play a C, the note F doesn't belong to the chord C, so you can't say that you are playing another note of the chord in the bass other than the root, because F doesn't belong to the chord C. Okay, so what is actually happening? Although we call it C over F because this is a C triad, it's the same as this C that you all guys know. You're just keeping the same part here, which is the C triad, G, C, E, okay, C triad. But you're placing the F in the bass, okay? And by doing so, you're changing the vibe, okay? This is a C. This is a C over F. Very different, right? Now, the real way of looking at this chord is considering the F the actual root, okay? You have to compare this to an F major 7, which is this chord here, where you are playing 1, 3, 5, 7. And all you do, you change the 3. You don't play the 3 anymore, the third, the major third. You play, the major 2nd instead. And when you do that, you may know this, guys, instead of playing a major chord, or in this case a major 7th chord, you're playing a sus2. To say what? That we don't play the 3rd, we replace the 3rd with the 2nd. Okay, so this is an F major 7 sus2. Okay, but if you want to see and learn, how to play, you can think of it as a C triad with F in the bass. And if you call it C over F, that's absolutely fine. Just know that C over F is the same as F major 7 sus2. Okay, so this is the first chord, okay? Let's go straight into the second one, okay? The second one is this. Okay, this is a chord that I personally really love. Now, yeah, it looks very similar to a classic D minor 7, but it's not, okay? Because this note here would be the sharp 5 of D minor 7, okay? You may say, well, yeah, we can play the sharp 5 or flat 6 in a chord, sure, but we also play the perfect 5th here on top, so something is gonna clash. So instead of looking at this as D is your root, the note that you play with your pinky, B flat, is your actual root. So this is a first inversion of a B flat, okay? Because when you play a B flat, D is the major 3rd. So if you place the note D in the bass, you're playing a first inversion of a B flat over D. However, this type of B flat, if you like, it's a B flat that has the 2nd degree, it has the 5th, so it's a 1, 2, 5, which you may think of as a B flat sus2, and then there is also the major 7th. So again, it's a B flat major 7th, okay? But because, like we said, we are playing the 2nd degree, the 9th, you call it B flat major 9 to say B flat major 7th extended to the 9th, okay? But then you've got the 3rd in the bass, so you should be saying B flat major 9 over D in first inversion. Okay, I really love this chord, It's just, a different kind of vibe from playing this, which is a B flat major 7, okay? it's just a very interesting voicing. Okay, so this is one that I really love, and it's our second chord for today. Let me know if you knew it. And by the way, guys, all of the diagrams, but also the theory explanations with theory charts of these chords will be on my Patreon page. Okay, so if you are interested in finding out more about what I play on this channel, tabs, music notation, have, exclusive content and more, check out my Patreon page. Okay, now let's get to the third chord. Okay, the third chord looks like this. It's a really nice chord, a special one, because it has the root, which is an open string. Okay, so this is clearly an A something. Okay, it's an A minus 7th, which we are extending to the 11th. Let's go step by step. I'm playing A, which is the root. Another A, which is still the root. Then I'm playing the note C, right, which is the minor third, so it's an A minor. Then I'm playing the 4th, D, or 11th, okay, so we are already thinking that we are extending above the 7th, but we haven't found the 7th yet. Here it is, okay, that's the note G, the flat 7. So it is an A minus 7, 1, flat 3, flat 7. There isn't any 5th, it's an omit 5, like many of the chords that we play on this channel. And then there is the 11th, which is the note D, the extension above the 7th. By the way, guys, if you are unsure about the chord extensions, there is a full lesson on this channel that you can find in the description below, which talks about 9th, 11th, 13th and shows you, all of these positions and explains all of the degrees. Okay. Anyway, we said A minus 7 with the 11th, so A minor 11. Where the nice thing is that you are playing the note A twice, one of which being an open string. That's why I really love it. Okay, it requires a bit of a stretch, yeah, but it's really cool. Now let's get to the 4th chord, which is this, which has very much of a jazzy bossa nova, if you like, Brazilian kind of vibe, okay? It is an A6, 9, but it is an omit 3 this time, so we are not playing the 3rd, okay? Now, I know, guys, that when you don't play the 3rd, and instead you're playing the 9th, the 2nd, you usually say sus2, okay? But it sounds kind of like strange if you say A6, sus2, although it's the same thing. The whole concept of this chord, really, the function actually, is the A6, 9. As a replacement, a different color, of an A major 7, for example. So you can use it anytime you want to play an A major 7, you can spice things up by playing this. But again, the concept is an A6, 9, where you're just not playing the 3rd, so we call it omit 3, okay? Now, think about you're doing a walking bass line, okay, in the key of E major. So A is your 4, should be an A major 7. And you play stuff like... It's just one option, right? But if you like, you can play it this way. Anyway, A6-9, jazzy, Brazilian, as a replacement of a major 7. Okay, so what's the voicing, really, of this A6-9 to say that it's omit 3? Well, we've got the 1, the root, obviously. We've got F sharp, which is the 6th. We've got B, which is the 9th. And E, which is the 5th. So again, 1, 6, 9, 5. There is just the 3rd, which is missing, okay? So that's why A6, 9, omit 3. And now let's get to the final one, the 5th chord for today, which is a dominant 7 chord, okay? Often we talk about neo-soul dominant chords like this, which is, for instance, a B9 sus4, nothing but an A with the B in the bass, but we are not talking about this. I'm talking about this. Okay, I hope that you guys feel what I'm feeling, when I play this chord. Obviously there is tension, there is kind of like suspense, in the air happening, because you are waiting for something, you're waiting for the resolution, which could be this, for example. So this chord is a B7, but let's analyze the degrees, okay? You're playing the note B, okay, which is obviously the root, you're playing the note A, okay, which is obviously the flat 7, and you're playing C sharp, which is the 2nd or the 9th. Then you're playing D sharp, which is the major 3rd. So you've got the 1, you've You've got the third, you've got the flat 7, and you've got the 9th. Obviously, you don't have the 5th. It's on a mid 5. Anyway, these were the 5 chords, guys, for today. Please let me know if you knew any of them, if you already used them, if you like them, okay? If you know other chords that are really tricky, like these, not so common, but equally really interesting. And as always, all of the other resources, tabs, music notation, and more available on my Patreon. If you become a patron, you will support this channel. Once more, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.